Welcome to the Lindsay and Tony podcast, where we talk about spirituality, business, and life experiences.
In this podcast, we're bringing our private conversations to you.
We believe that it's through discussion, action, and reflection that true change occurs.
Hi everybody, welcome to episode 86, the top ways to be present during the holidays. In this episode, we give you different strategies to keep yourself in the present moment so that you can fully enjoy being around your friends and family and yourself during the holidays. I hope everybody enjoys the show.
Hi guys, welcome back. We're so excited that you're here. Today's episode is all about the top ways that you can really be present during the holidays. And we felt like this was a really good topic to talk about right now because we have so many holidays coming up during the season.
And it's already hard to be present, or hard. In society, it seems like it's a lot harder to be present in general. But for sure, when the holidays come up and you're worrying about buying gifts for people, traveling, being surrounded by family, and all of these different stresses, it's so easy to get pulled out of the present moment.
That's so true. And I think it's important to really think about what does it really mean to be present.
As a matter of fact, one study by Matt, I believe his name is Matt Killingsworth. He's actually a Harvard researcher. This is out of 15,000 people over 80 countries. He found that the average person in the study, their mind would wander 47% of the time. And then they also found in the study that our ability to be present is one of the keys to happiness, actually more than economics, marital status, and a lot of other things that you think would be above that.
I love that. It's so funny because Tony and I said before this episode that we would each do our own research. So this is actually the first time I'm hearing this, and I love the research
There's
that
mine.
you found. So I'll sprinkle mine in here throughout the episode. But I love that. I didn't know that. And that's so true because when we are more present, I know when we're going for bike rides together, we always say, oh, it feels so freeing and it feels like you're totally in the moment. So it feels different than if we're distracted by telephones and whatever else is going on.
Absolutely. And even if you're doing something that's boring to you, if you're present 100%, research, study after study, this study that I just talked about, it shows that when we're 100% present, we're way more happier. It doesn't matter if we enjoy doing the thing or not.
Yeah. And it causes the other people, I'm sure, to be happier too, which I will get to that later because I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
So one of the things that, we wrote down the other day as a bullet point too is, this is something that we've done definitely in the past, is try not to jam too many things in one moment. So especially if you're traveling from out of state and you're trying to see everyone in a short amount of time, it's overwhelming because you want to see everyone before you leave. But then other times you can be completely drained and not present because you're so focused on the next thing that you're going to do for the day.
Right, because Lindsay's from Boston, I'm from St. Louis, so we're constantly going back and forth, and we try to fit as much, especially the first several years we started doing this, we try to fit as much as possible, at least I did, into 1 week or into 2 weeks or 1 month. And especially in the holidays, a lot of people have this problem because you'll go in a city and then you don't hardly get to see those people. And then you try to see everybody. And sometimes it's almost impossible to see everybody.
Yeah, it is. And I think that's a big thing, like release that guilt of feeling like you have to do everything, or releasing the guilt. You're not going to make everyone happy, so you can't worry about, oh my gosh, did I do something that upset someone because I didn't hang out with them enough? It's like no matter what you do, there's never enough putting quotes time to make someone happy. Like you can only do so much.
Right, and when you're doing that, you're taking away the present moment and you're taking away your presence from the person that you're actually in front of in the moment.
Yeah.
So a lot of times that's what I would be doing is I'd be in St. Louis and I'd be thinking about who am I going to see next and next when I'm supposed to be spending time with the person that I was in front of.
Yeah.
But I'll say over the years I've gotten a lot better at that. So I would say that would be a tip is whoever's in front of you, just be 100% present. Listen to them mindfully. Listen to the pauses in their breath. Like listen so closely that you could feel their energy and you could have that deep connection with them. Because I think it's so powerful to do that.
It is powerful, and it's funny that you're bringing this up because that's actually what my research has to do with. So I'm going to kind of share my research. I took some notes on it. I found an article online from the Director of Research and Education in Stanford University. And Emma, the author, wrote an article talking about research and how when you're being more present, you actually are more charismatic. So when someone's charismatic, they're more interesting, they're more likable, and that's not why I found this article. You don't have to be likable to other people, but what happens is there's more meaningful connections. So she found out that one of the things that happens, even if there's a cell phone on the table and it's just present in any situation, it actually causes people to sense that. So the person that's with you doesn't feel the same as if your cell phone's totally put away and you're fully present with them. They feel valued. They feel like they're the only ones in the room when you're fully present. And that's when the meaningful connections take place.
Right, because you could be thinking about your phone's over there. It could be sparking a thought about Facebook or social media while you're trying to listen to this person speak. I know that happens a lot.
That happens to me, and sometimes I find myself putting my phone in my pocketbook when we go out to eat. I try to do that, but there's moments that I do keep it out, even just being on the table. So one of the extensive studies that she talked about on charisma found that it's not so much charismatic. Being charismatic is not like a gift. It's actually a skill to be learned. And it's all about being fully present. So she talked about that too. And a lot of people that are leaders are actually very charismatic because they're fully present and because the people in the room feel like they're so valued and they're the only one in the room. They have that deep impact on the people that they're sharing that moment with. So I thought that was really eye-opening because once we're fully present, we're feeling good about it and the person that's with us is also.
And don't get overwhelmed about it, like thinking, oh man, now I have to be present in front of all these people. Just focus on one person at a time. And each person, it sounds so simple, but this is the way to break it down. Each time you do this, it's going to get easier. So just focus on with the person that's in front of you. Like me, I'm doing my best to be present for Lindsay right now.
Yeah, and if you're not, I'll know if you're thinking something else, daydreaming.
And sometimes I do. She'll be talking about something on here on the podcast episode, and I'll find myself thinking about the next thought that I'm going to do. So pull back from doing that. Pull back from trying to think about what's the next thought that I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm telling myself this too.
And then I love this one. The one that we wrote down the other day was to indulge in traditional food or seasonal products.
Yes.
So you want to give an example of that?
Well, let's call it mindful eating, to where when you're eating, say you're eating Brussels sprouts. That's actually a lot of people probably don't even like Brussels sprouts. All right, act like you're eating delicious stuffing.
Okay.
All right, and you take a bite of it, and you're just thinking about the rosemary, the salt, the pepper, whatever's inside of it. Think about all the seasonings and focus on tasting all of the seasonings. And then also at the same time, as your mind goes, think about all the people that it took to get that food to the table. Not only the people that cooked it that day, but think about the workers that had to ship it from one state to another, or however the process was to get that food to the table. Because as we do this, I even do this occasionally at dinner or
yeah, you do.
Anytime I think about this, I'll try to think about this entire process, and it brings you fully into the moment. And also it creates an appreciation and gratitude inside of you for something as simple as stuffing.
Yeah, and you do that when we're on bike rides. You're like, imagine how much hard work went into paving these streets and the buildings around us. So Tony does it all the time.
And it sounds superficial and cliche, but whenever you do this, you're really feeling it, you're really experiencing it, and it's a real thing, because like Lindsay was saying with the roads, people really had to build those roads. That's a lot of work, time, and energy, and as a lot of you know, we only have so much time here on this planet.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. That's a perfect example of going deeper with being in the present moment, because it does make you really grateful when you're experiencing that. I love this one that we wrote down, right on the energy of the holiday spirit. So when you walk into stores and you see everything decorated, get excited about that. You can feel the excitement in the air. Some people get frustrated. I love it. I love it.
I think those are people that are just frustrated in their own life.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
know
just
because,
the holidays magnify anything that you're going through.
right, because I don't see how people being excited and in the Christmas spirit or anything like that, or in any kind of holiday spirit, could offend somebody unless it's really...
Yeah, I don't see it either.
So forget about the people that are going to talk trash about you because you're excited about the holidays. Get into the spirit. Go into the... I love going into the mall. We're going back to our cities for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we're excited about it. And I keep thinking about the malls in St. Louis. I keep thinking about the mall, the different shopping centers in Boston. And it's just so exciting because it's cold there. Like here in Tampa, Florida, we don't really get the cold and all of that.
Yeah.
So whenever we see Christmas decorations, it's not the same as it is up north.
That's true.
So,
it is a totally different
So I keep thinking
feeling.
about the spirit that's in the mall or that's in the shopping centers.
And
And
some
I know,
people will go crazy with the mall.
and I know that's materialistic. It's not about buying the things. It's more about people are out, they're excited. And most people that are out at the malls and shopping centers, they're thinking about other people in the moment.
That's true. It really is about the energy of it. And I think that you should use that wave to bring you forward in exciting times. But and we'll get into something else in another episode, because there is going to be an episode that comes out about if you do feel lonely on the holidays. So that piece to it, like, we are compassionate for the people that are really having a tough time, and we'll talk about that later. But that's mainly the people that are not happy with the excitement of the holidays because they're dreading the holidays. But we'll get into that later.
Definitely.
Okay, what else do we want to talk about?
Let's see here.
You have another one that you
I would say, and this is something that I wrote down because I actually do this. Well, most of the stuff in here we practice. We just practice and try to get better and better at. Frequent meditation breaks, and whatever meditation is to you. So like when I'm surrounded by a lot of people, maybe I'll go outside after an hour or two inside with all these people. I'll go outside and close my eyes and just take in the fresh air, and that's it. However, whatever that is to you, take breaks when you need to. If you're just sitting down, watching TV, letting your food settle into your stomach because you just ate a lot of food for Thanksgiving or Christmas, whenever it is, maybe shut your eyes for 2 minutes and just kind of breathe. Focus on your breathing and to kind of recharge, because once again, these are vulnerable times during the holidays. This is a time where it's well documented that people are more stressed out, people get sad, like Lindsay said, people feel alone, and that's why we're making an episode for people like that, because we felt like that at times, and we understand, we feel bad, or we feel compassionate for the people like that. Like we totally understand.
Yeah. And I think too, when you're going through the holiday spirit, you're not sleeping as much probably, and you're eating a whole lot more. So the food actually affects your body too.
Yes.
So I think that's a whole nother episode that we.
So get up and move. That's another way.
Yeah.
Because if overeating, when you said that, it reminded me that overeating could take you out of the present moment, because you get lethargic and you just start. I don't know. Your mind goes
different. Well, then your mood changes because you know that you're doing something that's not really what you want to do. Your body doesn't really want that. It's more of like it's craving the sugar because it's right around you. So you can kind of get in your head. I know for me personally, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I ate so much sugar. I shouldn't have ate that. So that kind of self-talk happened to me a couple of years ago, and it made my mood go down. So yeah, focusing in on the present and being aware, because if you're present, you're not going to be doing something that doesn't feel right in the moment.
Right.
And if you eat feeling guilty about it.
And if you eat a cookie, feel good about eating the cookie.
Exactly.
And if you feel lethargic after eating a lot, go for a walk just to move your energy.
Yeah, the balance of it.
Get fresh air, balance everything out.
Yeah.
It brings you back to the present moment too.
And then the other one that we wrote down, be okay with exactly how everyone is. So if you know how your family is, and there's certain family members that have a certain character, personality, it's not going to change during the holidays. So you kind of have to know that that's how they are, and you're here to be who you are, and they're there to be who they are. So that's pretty much what it's about, is just allow people to be who they are and be yourself too.
Right, because we're all doing the best that we know how to in the moment. So that's the thing, and we're all connected. That's another thing too, is everybody's connected. All of us, the human race, we're all connected. We're all one. We're not different. So it's like when you look at that, it just, when you look at it from that angle, it just makes you realize that we're all the same too.
Yeah, that's true.
I know that sounds like cliche and it's been said over and over, but you could feel your connection with people. And when you, and our viewers actually, are the people that listen to our podcast episode, they understand that we all are connected. So dwell upon that thought. Dwell on that thought of our oneness. And anybody that you're having an issue with, or maybe you argued with in the past, or whatever it is, send them love and send them peace, and understand that, once again, we're all connected and we're all doing the best that we know how to, and we're all here to really help each other.
Yeah, that's so true.
And the only way we could help each other is if we're compassionate. We can't help each other if we go around like most people do, judging everybody all the time, and especially our friends and our family members, and it's just not a good thing.
Yeah. And the one, I would say the biggest teacher for me about being present is our children. So if you ever forget how to be present, go hang out with a kid. So
that was one of my main ones that I forgot to say, is because that's one of the ones that I use a lot.
The animals or the kids.
The animals or the kids. If the kids are around, I might get out a Slinky and start playing with the Slinky that I have right here.
Yeah.
Or sports or whatever it is. Be a kid. Play with toys. Play a board game with the kids, and because I find that the kids are always in the present moment.
Oh yeah, they're totally in the present moment, and I actually would rather hang out with kids than adults. I always say that because they're just, I don't know, they're fun to hang out with because they don't hold back. They go and play. Like, I love jumping on the trampoline outside and doing those things, going on the swings. Don't lose that sense of yourself just because of your age. Like, you can do it too. But I think we gave a lot of information for being present. So I hope you're listening to this and you listen to it before the holidays start. And it does not have to be used just for the holidays. This can be used for any day.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I think we covered everything, right?
We covered everything.
Okay. Well, we will see you guys on the very next episode, and we hope you enjoyed this one. Talk to you soon. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we did. If you liked it, leave a 5-star review on iTunes, and remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel too.
If you can think of anyone else that would love this episode, share it with them right now on social media or email. And remember, getting results is a process of learning, applying, and reflecting. Stay consistent and continue to grow every day.